This time, every year, we try to remind you about what's happened in politics through the slightly strange prism of this show, our interviews and our music. And as you're about to see, this time, it's been quite a ride. And so, a new year begins in a state of utter political perplexity. Are you absolutely sure at the end of March that we will leave the EU?
I've been clear that we leave the European Union on the 29th of March this year.
I've just come to the conclusion about modern politics that nothing's predictable.
It would be in the national interest to have a cross-party government.
Trivial splinters or lethal splits? Is this going to be a political party? We still don't really know that yet.
Yes, that's the hope, absolutely.
Brexit has a lot of wonderful absurdities.
What is the Pizza Club and what is its point?
A pizza club would be a group of people who ate pizza.
The kind of proposal that some in Parliament want is Norway without the fish.
Once the vote's done, it's time to sort of, pull up your sleeves and get the work done.
It's like an elastic band that's almost stretched to its limit here, and the Prime Minister is up against a brick wall.
There is no magic solution here for this problem. If there was, it would have emerged by now.
Only 13% in a recent poll of voters thought that your position as the Labour Party on Brexit was clear.
Well,
these are days of hurtle, transformation and anger.
I apologise to the Jewish community for the suffering we've inflicted on them. I say to them we're doing everything possible.
For us to hold this party together, things have got to change. There's almost a sort of crisis for the soul of the Labour Party now.
Calm down, there's no panic.
I certainly think everybody should calm down.
Have you ever used Class A drugs yourself?
No, I haven't.
You've talked about your use of cocaine. Do you accept that you committed a crime?
Yes, it was a crime, it was a mistake. I deeply regret it.
Should you have gone to prison?
Well, I was fortunate in that I didn't, but I do think that it was a profound statement.
Jennifer Arcuri told friends of an affair with Boris. She was certainly a friend of yours. Did you declare that interest?
Absolutely. Look, what I can tell you is,
did you declare
and to
that
promote
interest?
the interests of London.
You have to declare an interest. Did you declare
There was no interest to declare.
And when you move, I'm moved.
I've been labeled as an angry black man. But nonetheless, there's stuff to be angry about.
I endured racism almost every day at school, and it was something I had to learn to overcome.
So move me, baby, shake like the bell willow tree.
I was watching the television, seeing the craft landing and the people tottering out of it. And then I looked out of the window and there was the moon, full moon, and I thought, oh, that's actually happening there now.
Here is a middle-aged couple who are falling in love. They're behaving like teenagers falling in love, and that's the point.
We yearn to be happy and good, and so many things get in the way.
You're going to be a really big, internationally known figure. Are you ready for that? It's going to be the story.
Am I ready for that? I mean, yeah.
We're going to deliver Brexit. We're going to deliver it on October the 31st.
The last thing this country needs is a general election. I think the people will never forgive us for it.
We're going to fight at the next election for me to be the Prime Minister of this country.
Are you going to serve as Prime Minister for a full term?
Of course.
Theresa May is going. The argument that destroyed her is not.
The Brexit discussion has been going on for far too long. And it is true that tempers on both sides have now become inflamed.
I can never remember a Chancellor of the Exchequer, or indeed another senior minister, announcing his resignation live on national television. A moment, I suppose. But can I ask...
It's a first, Andrew.
This morning I'm joined by the now former Work and Pension Secretary, Amber Rudd, hours after she left the government.
No one around the table, either in the UK or in the EU, actually appreciated how difficult this would be.
If anyone is going to
help us through this, I do believe it is actually the Queen.
You treat the entire Brexit episode like some elderly bullock that you're going to take into a field and shoot. In a post-Brexit Britain, the very future of the UK as we've known it comes into play.
I'm not prepared as First Minister of Scotland to accept the inevitability of Brexit.
In a trade deal, all things that are traded would be on the table.
Which includes healthcare.
I would think so.
I've been covering general elections since 1983. None has been as hard to call as this one. Jeremy Corbyn can't say, I think we should leave the EU or we shouldn't leave the EU.
Jeremy Corbyn can say this, that we have to have a close trading relationship with Europe. We won't crash out.
Try to listen to my questions because we're talking about you and your government.
Yes.
On Brexit, will there be tariffs and checks on goods moving from Northern Ireland into Great Britain?
Absolutely not.
If anyone comes up to you and says they know what's going to happen, cock an eyebrow, smile politely and turn your back.